Hi everyone, it's Lisa from Clear Path Coaching again, Friday morning with chicken soup, which we're going to work on, and a story. So I was thinking about this one, and I think what we're going to talk about today is celebrating the small things. So a story that came to mind was many years ago when we first moved here. My son was about 6 years old, and every day he'd walk back from school with the older girls, and they would leave him at the end of the street. And I never understood that. So they would come home without him. And I would say, girls, you can't just leave your brother at the end of the street. And I said, well, he just plopped down and he's staring at the flowers. So I go out and I kind of, jog down the street. And at the end of the block, there was my son who was parked in the grass and just sitting there. So I'd say, Benjamin, what are you doing? And he would say to me, Mommy, I'm looking at the flowers. So he'd get down on his stomach and he'd kind of look and he'd examine them. And he really wanted to take a peek at them and what they were. So, this would go on for a few days. And then when it got to winter, well, he wanted to get home. So he stopped doing that. But when I was thinking about this with the small things, I thought, wow, where are we racing? Where am I racing like a lunatic to get stuff done? And I'm not examining what's really there and what I can look at. So my kid, which they always do, the little kids, they do that. He stopped me and he'd say, let's look at this, Mommy. And then the other day I go out in the front yard and everybody is like standing around in our front yard and they're looking at this plant. And I'm going, okay, what's the weed? Now I had walked by with my groceries a bunch of times. But it was really cool. I'm sure it was a weed. I'm not quite sure what it is. For all I know, it's going to take over my entire yard. But it was this green, here I'm talking to you and not doing my chicken soup. So anyway, it was this light green fuzzy leaf. It was like a plant about so big. And it was so fuzzy and soft, and we're all looking at it and we're staring at it and it's like, oh, what is that thing? But it was parked in the middle of the lawn. So if you can imagine all these adults just standing there looking at this leaf. Oh, what is that thing? Oh, it's fuzzy, it's soft. And it was like, okay, we took some time to actually examine what's going on. We actually saw something. So that came up to me today with all the tumult and all the running and zipping around. That here I had a little kid examining these little flowers. And then my husband and all the other adults who were, crowding around this plant, and that I just have nightmares about, like taking over my entire yard. But it is just its own plant in the middle of our yard. And I thought, okay, so what could we learn from that? And when I realized I need to stop. I need to stop and I need to be in the moment and I need to take a look at, again, what's important, because we go through time. It's like he was 6, he's 18 right now. So I think, oh my gosh, where'd the years go? So my challenge for you this week is to actually stop and think about, the small things that we maybe are unimportant, that we think are unimportant, but make a difference in our lives. And really appreciate them and celebrate them. So, we were sitting, it had to have been a good 10 minutes sitting in our yard. And my son, he'd still be sitting there to this day if I hadn't gone and gotten him, examining those little weeds in their yard. So the challenge again is for this week, if you would like to, is to actually stop, think about a small thing, maybe in the past or today or during the week, where you can sometimes say, oh, wow, let me just take a peek at that, examine it, step back and just be for a few minutes. So I wanted to thank you. And also, I forgot to the last time, is just to remind you that on my site, which is clearpathcoaching.biz, B-I-Z, you can contact me for a free either energy scan, or you can get a free mini clearing. So please take advantage of that. I would love to connect with you. And if you like this, please like it. And I'll put it out there so that you can share it. And then I have the YouTube channel somewhere out there. I've got to get the name of it. Lisa Hengenberman, but you'll see me on there. So if you could subscribe to that, that would be wonderful. And just have an amazing, amazing week. And I will see you next week again, same time, same place, and maybe I'll actually get through cooking or at least preparing my soup. Take care. Bye.